obviously Kawhi just arrived, which is very exciting. But as you look ahead to the next 3 months, how important is the depth of this team going to be?
Well, it's going to be vital. It's why we built the team the way we did. You obviously need your stars to win. I don't think it's going to be a team that wins starless. Having said that, you need a ton of role players. You need to be able to sustain injuries, and when you can, you still have a chance to win, and that will help our team. It also gives us an opportunity to play different lineups, and that's something we'll work on here in the first couple of weeks.
Thanks, Charlie. Next up is Andrew Greif.
Hey, Doc, the other day you mentioned that this team is so much healthier than it was right now, that during the previous season, how that made things different for you as a group. In terms of Kawhi, does that mean you're going to still have limitations on him in terms of minutes played or the back-to-back?
I don't know that yet, Andrew, but no limits. Kawhi's healthy, for the most part. That still doesn't mean that we don't want to maintain him and get him through the first 8 games and get ready for the playoffs. We want to be smart about this, not just with Kawhi, it's with everybody. But having everybody healthy was more about training camp. I mean, we really did not have a great training camp because we didn't have enough bodies and enough of our key guys practicing and getting in. We have a virtually new team, so we needed our new guys to be on the floor, and we didn't have that ability to do that. This time, for the most part, we'll have everybody in.
Thanks, Andrew. Next up is Cameron.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. Hey, Coach, how much fraternizing with opponents do you expect to be going on out there, and do you welcome that?
I don't even care one way or the other. Listen, we're in a bubble together. I'm sure there's guys who have made friends from other teams, from AU. There's just friendships that have happened throughout this league, and no coach is going to stand in the way of that. But once the game starts, it's all business. And as long as our guys are able to maintain that, then it's all good.
Dan Wokey. You there, Dan?
I'm here, soaking in every word, Chris. Doc, we've got 2 positive tests reported from players during quarantine. There were a number of players, obviously, that haven't made trips. Russell Westbrook announced that he tested positive. We've seen 2 players break quarantine protocols already. I'm just curious, how confident has your confidence level in this getting pulled off changed at all? Especially as you see things.
It's probably grown, if anything. I mean,
interesting.
Right now, look outside the bubble, what's going on. Right now, the United States is on fire in some ways as far as COVID. And here, we've had 2 tests. We've had 2 guys. 2 guys who broke protocol. One I know that was a mistake, and the other one just happened. So I'm very, very happy with what's gone on so far. Does that mean we're going to be able to pull this off? I don't think anybody knows that, Dan, yet. But the guys that are hearing overall, not a lot of complaining going on. We don't have the place to complain when you think about it, what's going on in the world. So, no, I'm fine with what's going on.
Thanks, Dan. Next question from Farbad.
Hi, Doc. Landry mentioned during the quarantine the chemistry had improved because everybody was talking so much on the group chat. Now that you've got everybody together, is that something you've seen, that the chemistry is even better than before?
I don't know. I don't think you really know chemistry until adversity hits or until you get on the floor and you start playing. Chemistry is great, as far as guys knowing each other. All the new guys now know each other. So as far as off-court and verbal chemistry, is unbelievable. But you'll know your chemistry when it gets tested, and that's yet to happen yet.
Thanks, Doc. Last question from today is from Tomer.
Hey, Doc. I just wanted to Rajon Rondo suffered a hand fracture yesterday. I was wondering your thoughts on just how important it is to be careful with injuries, because we know that players want to play through things. And how much more attention are you putting on making sure these guys are 100% or close to it and not pushing them too hard?
Well, it doesn't matter how hard you push them. You know, you got to play. I mean, we're playing basketball. So you're going to have competitive practices like every team will. And it happens, you know, listen, no one is trying to get anyone injured. I guarantee you whatever the Lakers were doing was not an injury. Say, hey, let's get someone injured. It happens. This is part of sports. Like, you know, you can be running down the floor with no one around and you can go down. So there's almost no way to prevent injury other than not playing at all. And if you did that, you're not going to win. So, you know, listen, every time we have a practice, we're worried about it. We all are. The whole league is. That's just the way it is. But you need it to get better. You know, I would say time of practice, you know, that's something we do monitor. We don't want to go, you know, 3 hours of all running. That makes no sense to us. But it's hard to prevent injuries, especially fluke injuries like that.
Great, Doc. Well, thank you.